Okay, I'm starting on the exterior, right front, right next to the fence. Electric meter, everything looks good and secure. It's the conduit's tight. It's caulked to the wall. You've got grounding rod. It's secure. The clamp is secure. Sprinkler control box or sprinkler control wiring. The conduit is damaged, probably from lawn equipment. So I would definitely repair that, because if your lawn equipment gets a hold of that, you're gonna mess up your sprinklers. Everything looks good here. Brick veneer looks good. The bushes are getting a little close to the wall here. You want to try to keep those trimmed back about 6 inches. Over here, they're on the wall. It just causes moisture retention, and it's a conducive condition for wood destroying insects. There's quite a few places where you just have this gap in the freeze board. It just needs to be caulked completely. It's not a damage issue. You have some settlement cracks. So if you look at this crack in the mortar, and then it comes down diagonally towards the light, and then it goes over to this where this lintel is exposed partially. So you just want to seal that up so it doesn't get worse, and then monitor that. You're going to have settlement in brick homes. You have a little bit of a settlement crack here above the garage door. It's in between the brick and the mortar right there, and then you got 3 bricks with small cracks in the mortar in between. The lintel here, this metal strip that supports the brick, is a little rusted. So you want to sand that down, paint it, and then caulk that gap between the mortar and the lintel, just so that'll last longer. That lintel supporting all that brick up there. Over here, bushes are trimmed back pretty good. The window caulking looks good. The shutters are on securely. Brick veneer looks good. These purple flowers are on the columns here, so you may want to consider trimming those back a little bit. Brick veneer in this area looks good. The window caulking back here behind these windows is good. The soil is a little high back here. You want to have 4 to 6 inches of the foundation exposed, and back here it is none to a couple of inches. So coming along this side, brick veneer looks good. You do have a couple of corner cracks. Here's one of them. You don't have the crack on this side, but you do have the crack on this side. So just something to seal up. Another conducive condition, not a structural issue. Got a low spot here. I would think with no gutters I would see more soil erosion, but I don't. You can see the drip line going down in the grass, and so there is some soil erosion that you just can't see because of the grass. You may want to consider gutters at some point. Right now it seems to be doing all right. Caulking at the windows looks good in most places. Expansion joint looks good here. Still sealed with caulk. You want to monitor that. So all the brick veneer on this side looks good. Here again at the freeze board, you can see where it was caulked. It's got a little bit of a gap now. Got a little bit of a crack in the windowsill right here. Over here the caulking has peeled away, and there's a kind of a void down there, so you're gonna have water that's gonna run down behind the window. So I would suggest sealing that up. Up here at the patio, everything looks good. This area up here, small gap in the caulking there and in the corner. But for the most part, that looks pretty good. The windows are caulked good here. You got an opening up here, right there at the freeze board. Just didn't measure that one board right, but they left an opening for insects. Brick veneer looks good over here on this side. You got a little bit of a void back here. Should fill that so water doesn't sit. Again, you can see the drip line. And if you walk it, you can kind of feel a little trench that the water has dug. We've got some loose concrete and a void back here. Small void back here. Coming up here on your AC. It's a Lennox 5-ton. I think it's a 2019. I'll verify that. Refrigerant line insulation looks to be like it's getting a little bit weathered. Probably a good idea to replace that all the way to the wall. And so that is it for the exterior.